What's up, everybody? You know who I am. I'm Jay, DCA Adventure, back again with a Monday cryptocurrency market update. If you love our content, please like, subscribe, smash that bell for notification. If you guys would like access to the DCA trading script, any of the private channels inside the Discord where we're posting trading signals and trading ideas. We also have trading bots in there spitting out trades all day long when I'm not posting trades. So if you guys want access to that, join the DCA Patreon group, join my tier Trading with the View, and you will get access to all that stuff I mentioned. Now, this is not financial advice. Trading is super risky, so do your own research, trade at your own risk, and do not trade with more than you're willing to lose. Also, I am trading over at Phemex, Bybit, and Pionex. If you are interested in trading, use the links in the description. You will get a deposit bonus and all other good kinds of perks, so definitely worth using the links. If you're into stocks, join Firstrade. Link for that is in the description as well. You do not have to deposit any kind of money just for signing up. You will get a free stock. I will get a free stock. It's a win-win. Link for that is in the description. If you guys are looking for some cryptocurrency merchandise, you need to head on over to let's see here. I gotta go back over to the OBS. Yo, can you guys hear me okay? I know my camera is like super laggy, so I may have to shut it off. I don't know what's going on. I've been mining and moving and doing all kinds of crazy stuff with the computer, so something's wrong. But as long as you guys can hear me and my video is not too laggy, then that's all that matters. What up, Mikkel? What up, Doge Lord? Tanes, Unknown Crypto. Hope you guys all had a good 4th. Got all of our fingers and toes intact, I hope. We do. My family does. Nothing crazy happened. It was a really good night. Blew up all kinds of stuff. That is right. Buy today. Don't delay. Also, guys, go over to dcaadventure.com/events if you are interested in any of the upcoming events that we have going on. And there's this will get you to all kinds of other stuff, the Patreon and all kinds of good stuff about DCA. But this is DCAadventure.com, and here we got an Aeon Poker tournament coming up. It's the 4th invitational, so definitely get over here, sign up for this thing. All kinds of good bounties. Click here, join the fun. It'll take you over and show you how to sign up and what the prizes are, and a $100 digital gift card for dogelord.com merch and tourney winning t-shirt, so that's pretty awesome. And 15,000 Aeon. So there's a whole list over here. Go over, sign up. You knock any of these bounty players out, you guys are gonna win. Dogelord 500 Aeon bounty, Cursed Mining 500 Aeon bounty, Nemesis 500 Aeon bounty, Mikkel has got 500 on them, not your normal miner. So all these guys on here got about 500 on them, so definitely worth signing up and playing some poker. You want to get over to the Patreon. It's got the Patreon link over here. It'll drop you right to it. This is how you will get to my tier. Let's get signed up. But yeah, all kinds of good stuff. Flipping over to the markets. It's kind of bloody, kind of not. We got a little bit of both. Bitcoin's down last 7 days, minus 1.2%, coming in at $34,180. Ethereum up 6.9% for the last week, coming in at 2,246, making some moves. Tether's back in the red. That's always a good sign. Binance Coin up 5% for last week, $307. It's definitely good. I use a lot of Binance. I know Mikkel and Helpful Crypto. Anybody using the Binance Smart Chain obviously is going to be using BNB. Cardano 6.7 for the last week, coming in at $1.43. it creeped up there to $1.50, I thought, at one point. XRP 1.8% for the last week, coming in at 66 cents. Dogecoin down 10.1%, 23% or 23 cents. What's up, Max Voltage? Come at me, bro. Come at me, man. Uniswap 16.2%, $20, so it's definitely made some moves. Bitcoin Cash 1.5. I heard they rebranded. Is that true? Did they change their name? Litecoin 1.3%, 140. Solana 8%. I know a lot of guys are holding that. Been talking about that here. $33. Chainlink dropped down to 18. I still think $18 is pretty cheap on Chainlink. Matic. Anybody been using DeFi and using the new Matic smart chain bull sniff they got going on? They're down 0.1% for last week, coming in at $1.13. Super good buy on Matic. Definitely would probably buy some of that. Not financial advice again. But you guys can see here we got some red, green, red, green, red, green. We're going to go over to Trading View and look at some of the stuff I've been looking at on Bitcoin. And we're going to go over to BLX. This is Brave New Coin. This is the Bitcoin Liquid Index. And we need to get to the one with moving averages first. Okay, so speaking of death crosses, bear market, on the daily chart, technically right now we are in a death cross or in a bear market, and how you officially know is when price action's trading under the 200-day moving average, and we get the 50-day moving average crossing under the 200-day moving average. And right now we have that. So we got our death cross back here on the 19th of June, and price action has been below the 200-day moving average since back here on the 19th of May. So we are in a bear market. To get back in good standing, guys, we need to see a golden cross happen, and we need price action to be back above that 200-day moving average. What's up, some goblin loser? I don't know. Love the name, brother. Love it. But looking at Bitcoin at a daily chart, we could consider this kind of zoomed in. We're going to zoom out on a monthly chart, and we're going to take an overall look at a macro standpoint on Bitcoin and kind of get a better visual of what to look forward to in the future. That way we are not so focused and zoomed in on the right now prices. It'll just screw you up unless you're trading this, unless you're actively trading some of these patterns like I have right here on the current zoomed in daily chart. This would be a pattern we're looking at, we're trading. But zoomed out look, I think we're still good. We're going to look at some things. We're going to go over here to BLX. This is a brave new index for Bitcoin. So it takes a ton of different Bitcoin prices and exchanges and puts it all into one. It'll let you look at it on higher time frames, daily, weekly, monthly, any of the monthly time frames, 1 through 12, any of the weeklies, anything higher than a daily. But looking at this on a monthly chart and pulling up the RSI, the relative strength index indicator, this is an oscillator. Now, we haven't got our blown off top, and looking at how the RSI plays out. So back here in 2012, 2013, during a bull run for Bitcoin, you see that we get our first top over here. It's in the 90 area, above 90. This is our first top. We consolidate for a little bit, a couple months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months for consolidating. We're going sideways. We get a couple red candles, nothing crazy. And then boom, RSI comes back up for the next top. We get our second top, and that is the market cycle top. Boom, we know we're in bear market. We go down for months, years at a time. RSI goes way under. Now, if we draw a line on the RSI right around the 70 area, we are off a little bit at current RSI. Where it is at right now, we are off. Looking back at historical data and looking at how the RSI acted in the previous bull runs, we are a shade off. We're not quite going the right route if history repeats itself. But that doesn't mean necessarily it's doom and gloom. So drawing this line at the 70 area, you see that when we get our second blow off top, or our second top on the RSI, when it comes down and we break underneath that 70 area on the RSI, that's when bear market cycle starts. And you can see that it stays under for a long time. We stay under from 2000, we got there right at 2014, and we stayed under there all the way over to 2016 before we broke back above the RSI. Looking over at the bull run from 2017 to 2018, we see we get our first top here on the RSI above the 90 area. We consolidate, we trade, we stair step our way up a little bit, and then boom, RSI goes again, makes our second top. That would be the top of the market cycle. We go into that bear market downhill run, and you see that we break that 70 area again on the RSI, and we are under there from 2018 all the way over here to 2020. We make the break back above it again. So right now we made our first top here on the RSI. Now what we wanted to see, we wanted to come back down to this 70 area and kind of bounce around, zigzag around a little bit. This is where we're trading sideways. We're getting our red candles, getting our green candles, you know, a couple red months, couple green months, and then boom, RSI makes its second top. Then we know that the market cycle top is in. We take our profit, we break 70 area on the RSI. That would have been the perfect scenario, and that's what we were counting on seeing. But if looking at the RSI and looking where we are at right now, we kind of have a decent area of support through here on the oscillator. So there's still a chance, guys. It could possibly bounce here and turn to the upside. And if you see this RSI do this, because it is starting to curl, like it's respecting support right here, if it does and we get this second top, you need to be thinking about taking your profit and getting ready for bear market. Now I'm sure if this happens and it plays out exactly like we said just now, if we flip over to the Bitcoin log growth chart, the one I've been showing you guys since the very beginning of the bull run, this current bull run, I bet you will see that we will hit that top band as we're making our second top on the RSI. And then that would be, you know, and every day, every month, every week, as we go and the oscillators move, the prices will be different along the way. So right now RSI is sitting at 60. We're sitting at right around 33,200 area on Bitcoin. I'll show you more what I mean back here on a different chart. How when you're like looking at moving averages, just because the 200-day here is at 44,000, and that's where we need to be trading above right now. We need to be getting back above 40K. We got to get back above 200-day moving average. But just because right now today it's at 44,000 doesn't mean tomorrow or 10 days from now that this moving average doesn't come down and now we need to get above 41,000. So be paying attention to the prices and where they're at, because they're going to be changing constantly as you're looking at different time frames and as time goes on. So you can make better decisions knowing, okay, now we're making that break above the 200-day moving average. That's super bullish. Now we're going to be looking for golden cross, and once all that aligns, everything will be great. We're going to go back over to this chart. This is BLX again, and this is flipped back over onto the daily chart. And here we are looking at the RSI relative strength index, and underneath of it we're looking at the stochastic RSI. It's the same thing, it's just calculating another moving average in with it, using it as a signal line. So pretty much stochastic works is when the blue is above red, you want to be trading or you want to be holding. Vice versa, when blue crosses under red, you want to be short selling or taking your profit and just selling. But here I wanted to show you guys a pretty big divergence on a daily chart, and Right here we got this nice downtrend going on right now. Zoomed way in on the daily on Bitcoin, so we got a nice downtrend going right here. But looking at both these RSI oscillators, you can see that the candles are going down, price actions are going down, but our RSIs are going up. So this is a bear or a bullish divergence. So we should be seeing this playing out here very soon. Within the next week, possibly next 1 to 4 weeks, we should be seeing this divergence play out. And if all goes well, looking back here at the RSI, maybe we will start to make that run to get that second blow off top in, and then truly start the few-year bear market. In terms of looking out on a macro monthly chart, looking at a daily chart right now, we're definitely in a bear market cycle. Music loud and distracting. All right, let me flip over to it. Better, buddy? I turned it way down. You might not even be able to hear it now. Go over and we will take a look at good old Ethereum. Get down here on the daily. I hope you guys are enjoying, whoever got the free DCA SMA moving average script. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I trade with it all the time. It's like one of the main things that I'm using. And let's pull up DCA oscillator. We'll take off. I'll show you this one cool one I got here. See how many it'll show. Where is it? So this is called the DCA candle script, and what the script does is it shows you what all the candles are and when they happen. So this is a bullish doji candle. It printed it out here. This is a bearish engulfing, and what that means is if the candle before it gets the candle after it, the whole body covers the candle before it, then it's an engulfing. It engulfs the one before it. You can see here that this was a bearish engulfing candle. We got a bullish harmony, so we'll see what happens. I think it printed a little early here. Still got 22 hours left in this candle, so it did already print, but you usually want to wait till after the candle closes before like really putting any weight into something like that. We just wanted to show you something I've been messing around with. All right, I'll take RSI off. So old Ethereum, so on the daily, it is bearish. It is trading over the 200-day moving average. That is good. Technically not in, excuse me, technically not in a bear market as of right now. It is got a nice little trend going on for itself though. Go down something like this. You could make a channel here, or you could go straight across with support. Kind of a wedge type deal. Now as this constricts and gets tighter and tighter and tighter, you're going to play the breakout here. But Ethereum is looking okay. It's looking like it's going to test that 50-day moving average at $2,300. It's been bouncing off of it. It's tested already once over here and tested a bunch over here. We need to see the 21 get back above the 50 for Ethereum to be 100% bullish on the daily chart. As long as it stays above 200, and 200 is acting as support, it came right down, went through it, came back up with a V-shaped recovery. Those are usually very bullish signs, but it is still looking pretty pretty decent on a daily. If we flip over to Ethereum on the weekly, this is the start of a new week. We did close above the 21-week moving average. We barely closed above it, above 2380 area closed. But right now we're back below it. 5 days, 23 hours left in the weekly candle. We don't want to see a weekly candle close below the 21. If it does, you're going to be looking for the area of 1600 down to 1340 area. That'd be the 50-week moving average. And I'm sure we'll probably test that area. There's not much support down there right over here to hold this up, so it'll probably test this area again for sure. 1680 down to 1340. Although oscillator on the weekly is dipped way down, it's at the middle currently, sitting at 0.86, so it's got room to go either way. Looking at the weekly too, it is printing a nice little pennant pattern here that you could trade. Now remember, the weekly time frame, the higher the time frame, the longer the trade's going to be. And it's getting pretty close to the end, so I mean, either way it breaks out, you can move this down here and make it a little more accurate. That's a nice little breakout trade on a weekly chart. If it does break below this pattern and it closes below the pattern, for sure it is going to be testing that area. I would put my money on it, saying it's going to go back to 1300. Can still hear it, but not breaking ears. I wonder why. See, something's messed up, because my camera's glitching and like being real laggy, and then that was really loud, and that's it's been like that for months, for like 6-7 months. It's been that same volume. I haven't touched it, so something screwed up with my setup. I'm gonna have to tear it all apart and redo some stuff. Let's look at ADA. And we're not going to look at it on Coinbase. Let's look at it on Kraken. On the weekly for Cardano, this, everybody, is where we buy. The weekly chart for Cardano is still super bullish. The 21 is above the 50 weekly MA. So when the 21 MA is above the 50, we're trading the shit out of these MAs. Every time they test, we're buying all down through here, and then boom, we take off. When we deviate far away from the moving average, you got to start thinking about taking profits. Every time we test, you would have bought down here, boom, taking your profit. Test, you're gonna get stopped out, but you're gonna win more than you are gonna lose if you try to buy every time we test the moving average. And right now we are testing that moving average on Cardano. Looking left on this chart, you got a ton of support under here, a ton of it. So this is probably going to hold up. It's probably going to respect it, and it's gonna take off for the next leg up. So that's a pretty nice box of support. We're going to leave this on the chart. So next Sunday when we have the live stream, we'll come back and look at it, see what happened, see if my analysis was right. Thanks for listening, some goblin loser. You will learn some bits and pieces here and there, hopefully. Once you get the basics down and you can spot simple support and resistance, and you learn a key thing, it's really not that hard. The hardest part is training yourself to be patient and take the right trades. Learning how to read the chart and actually see what's going on, really not the hard part. It's making yourself do, you know what I mean, stick to it. What's up, Jeffrey? North Florida here. I appreciate you tuning in, buddy. Appreciate it. When I first started, like, the biggest thing I did was I thought I had to trade all the time. Like, I thought I constantly had to be trying to make money, and when you force it, you're gonna lose. You definitely got to get your patience game like tip top. And another like really good tip is if you are trading a certain time frame, so if you put a trade in on a weekly chart, don't look at any of the other charts. Just stay on that weekly chart. Don't flip down to like a daily chart or a 12-hour chart, because you're going to see other patterns, and other little scalp trades you probably could have made, and then you're going to start, you know, beating yourself up like, oh man, could have made that trade, I'm missing out on money. And that's another thing too. There will always be opportunity. Market ain't going nowhere. We can always make trades. So if you miss the boat and you think you missed the boat, or you missed this one, there will always be another one. You just got to be patient. You got to wait for it. It's got to make sense. The trade has got to make sense. Obviously, sometimes you feel like taking a little more risk, and you want to take, you know, some trades that may not make too much sense, but there's, you know, it weighs out just a little bit different. I get that. I do it. But Cardano right now, for anybody trading or holding it right now, would be a good opportunity to try to take a buy in here, and you know, just put your moving or your stop loss down here at like 120. You know, if it drops down that low, it's probably gonna go a little bit lower, and then just buy back in lower, you know, down here around $1. So definitely worth taking a risk here, in my opinion. This is a very important moving average, so you may make some money on the Cardano. Flip down on the daily. The daily is bearish on Cardano. We are above the 200-day moving average. This is crap. This is a V-shaped recovery like we were talking. Came right down and touched the 200-day moving average and respected that as support, like you will see on most assets. Will do this. Humongous head and shoulders, and that played out. There's another head and shoulders, quite a few of them through there, but definitely probably going to test the area of 150 again. As long as we stay above 135 and we don't close below 135, we should be in pretty good shape with Cardano. Looking in at the daily, the area of support, the big area of support we're looking at is 136 down to $1, pretty close to $1.50. So it's or $1.004. So that's pretty good area of support, and I definitely think it'll hold. Looking forward to Doge or apparel. No rush. Saw shipment notification today. I stopped trading stocks and coins until I learn more. Mining is fine for me currently. Yeah, heck yeah. Mining is super low risk, definitely. I've started mining too. I wish I would have started a long time ago. I never really realized how easy it was, I guess, until I met everybody here. So that's right, Doge Lord. Smash that like button, yo. Smash it. What are you guys holding? Anybody holding something certain you want to have me chart, look at? What up, Nefarious? Trying to listen while at the game. Appreciate you, brother. You're sitting in a box. He's up in the box seats, living the good life. I'm going to take a look at Binance, see what's going on. I've seen it was making some moves. See if we can chart it on Binance US. There we go. It's trading above the 200-day moving average. It's going on a nice little uptrend like this. These tend to break down though, you guys, so you gotta be watching these. It'll follow this trend line. This trend line will be valid until we close below it. So we can dip down below the trend line like we did here, and then come back up above it and close above it and still be valid. So right now we're steadily following this line. We're stair-stepping our way up. You can take another trend line and you can draw it straight across here. And if you go and look, most of your altcoins and a lot of your other assets, even Bitcoin right now on the daily chart zoomed in, is playing this exact pattern right now. So you can go trade this on multiple different assets and trade this. This is a rising wedge is what it's called. You can go trade this breakout, and like I said, there's hundreds of different things. We're going to go back and I'll show you. There'll be 3 or 4 other things we look at that's going to have the same pattern right now. So when we break above or break out of the pattern, you're going to buy, or if you're leverage trading, you're going to take a long position, and then you're just going to put your stop loss back inside the pattern. And if it breaks above, 80% of the time it's going to keep going. Now if we break the pattern and we break below this, we're going to go short, and we're going to put our stop just back inside of the pattern. 80% of the time we break the bottom of the pattern, we're going to keep going. So, and that wouldn't be good. That would not be good if we broke below that 200-day moving average, because it's going to dump. Absolutely, Max. We will jump over and take a look at Litecoin. So Binance is looking kind of crappy on the daily. We are playing this rising wedge right here. Let's flip over to the weekly. Now the weekly is still pretty bullish. The 21-day or 21-week moving average is still above the 50. So that's definitely looking good still. It's trading in a nice little pattern here too as well. If you could draw this in. You can draw one coming up like this. You could draw it straight across like this. Still trading in a nice little wedge there. 21-week moving average, $380. That was probably in that area is where I'm suspecting it's going to test. Probably not very much resistance, so I don't know. It's got a 50-50. It could break. It could break above that. If it does, we want to see it close above $380. That'd be above the 21-week moving average. We'll go back to Bitcoin and we'll look at the monthly again. I want to show you. I wasn't going to show you, but I'll show you. It's probably going to freak you out a little bit, but I just want to just put into perspective what really could happen and would not really look that bad on a chart, but it would hurt. It would hurt. Go over here and look at Litecoin. This is what we drew on Litecoin last week. We drew this box of resistance in here. Said we had to break in and above the box of resistance to get a nice close. I'm pretty sure I drew this on the daily. So looking at Litecoin on the daily, held true pretty good to the box. So this was right around here, would have been last week when we drew this box in here. So far we've been rejecting off of that box of resistance for the last week, and that is the 21-day moving average on there. If we could get back inside the box, we got to get back above 170, 180. Yeah, 180. Got to get back above 180, close above 180 to have another shot around to break back above 200. So definitely going to be a fight though. That's a pretty big area of resistance. It's going to have to test it a few times to actually take out the sellers. Looking down at the oscillator though, we are in the middle about. It's at 0.82. The VWAP wave is pointing down. It's looking like it's about to dip under 0, which is not good. Typically when VWAP is under 0, you don't want to be holding the asset. Did get the big buy down here. We'll have to see. It's probably going to reject here, I'd imagine, and we're probably going to just keep bouncing around and trading sideways. We did get the death cross on Litecoin on the 29th of June, and we are trading under the 200-day moving average back on the 9th of June. So technically right now Litecoin is in a bear market. Flipped over to the weekly chart. The weekly chart is still very bullish. All the moving averages are still set up the way we want it. We are testing the 50-week moving average right now on Litecoin. And that's pretty crazy. Yep, we are right down on the 50-week moving average. And so far it looks like it's rejecting off of there. This wouldn't be a bad time to buy Litecoin if you were trading a weekly time frame. It could definitely hold here. But then you got this huge area of resistance, so it's I don't know. If it can get back above this this box of resistance, I'd feel a little bit better. Then we got the 21-week up around $203 that it's going to have to break above, and that 21-week moving average, you follow that over to your left, and that's your next decent area of resistance. So it's going to have a fight, going to need some volume. The oscillator is just starting to come down, so like I said, I bet we probably trade in between here, probably the 50 and 200 week moving average. for Litecoin. Still cashing out on Bitcoin to get closer to ROI before wife has a cow. Another cow. Holding Ethereum Classic, ERG, some Raven, Doge, and a few smaller alts. Hell yeah. I have all that besides ERG. I'm pretty sure it's like the best one to be mining right now, if I do believe. Pretty sure it is. We're gonna flip back to Bitcoin real quick so I can show you guys this. Again, not trying to freak you out. Let's go back to BLX. Just want to put things in a little bit of perspective for you guys, and so we're not completely shocked and shitting ourselves when it happens. So if we're looking at this monthly chart and we're looking at this according to TA and how TA works in the rules, our area of support, go right in there, and that's being generous. That's being generous. Starts right here at $21,800, all the way down here to $10,700. If I was being tight with it, 13,000. Yes, you too, brother. I hope you had a good one. Ooh, Ethereum Classic, big gainer this week. Yes, it was. I'm currently mining Ethereum Classic. We will definitely take a look at that. But looking at a monthly chart, this is super possible, you guys. This is very possible that this could happen. So you hear people saying it's not going under 20 and it's not doing this. You can't listen to all that bullshit. You have to listen to what the chart's telling you and what the chart's saying is possible. And this is what it's saying. This is the area of support. I'm not shitting you. There's no other way to draw it in there. I wish it was. I mean, I could go a little bit tighter and say, you know, okay, we'll go up here to these few touches right here and say 12,400 area. But just so we're aware that it could possibly get down that low, to have funds ready. It would be awesome to be able to buy a $12,000 Bitcoin again, wouldn't it? You did, Nefarious. It's pretty much, I mean, you pretty much nailed it. If you want to know what I said, just go back in the Discord and read what you wrote. And that sums it up. Look at ETC. Go over to the daily. So we have not got to Death Cross on Ethereum Classic yet. We did get the bearish crossover on the 2150 day, and that was the 7th of June. Since then, we've pretty much been trading underneath that 21 day. We made our pop above back on the 29th of June. We're back up now in this channel. You could kind of say this is a bit of a bear flag. I would just call it a pennant formation, but this is going to be make or break right now for Ethereum Classic. It's gonna be making its move here very shortly. Within the next few hours, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Next 24 hours, it's gonna make its move. For the break above $58, or it's gonna dump and go below $52. Probably down to the area around, we start at, if the 21 moving average right around $48 does not hold as support, that's where the first area of support starts at 48 down to 38.50 is what I'm going to say the lowest. 38.50. We get below the 200 day around $30. We go under $30 and close. That's going to be super bad for Ethereum Classic. Then we're going to get back down into the levels of the $15, $16 area. Damn it, man. Go over to a weekly on Ethereum Classic. Let's pull up the oscillator. I'm going to go back to the daily and see what the oscillator is looking like. So the money flow on the daily is green. Nice big green wave. That's good. Momentum is at 25. Got a ton of room to go up. So it's got a good shot of breaking that 50-day moving average. It's got a good shot of breaking $59. Just have to keep an eye on it. That's a nice pennant. That's a nice pennant pattern. That's a nice breakout trade. Guys in the Patreon, and if you've watched my videos, you guys know how to trade these patterns. Just showed you how to trade one. Here's a good example of how to trade one. This is the channel. You can broaden that out a little bit if you want. But as soon as we broke the pattern, you could have waited. Like, I like to wait for confirmation, so I like to wait for the second candle to close, and then I take my long. But if you go long and when we break the pattern and you put your stop loss back inside, 80% of the time we're going to keep going. So these are super easy trades, super easy plays. Another couple channels sync Ethereum Classic to test all-time highs on next bounce, but I haven't checked Ethereum Classic in forever. As I said, I'm talking from listening to a couple other channels, what they see happening with price action. So much potential upward range. And yeah, I mean, the oscillator's like kind of right in the middle. It's just barely above the middle ground. So I mean, it's definitely got potential. There's not too much of an area of resistance to beat. We need to beat 58, probably to 58 to 85, looking on a daily chart, is where we're going to be fighting the most. I would be looking for it to just keep making higher highs and stair-stepping its way up. Kind of makes me want to go buy a little bit more. She did make it close to the 200-day moving average, though. Very close. Look at some cake. Really sucks they took that off of. You can't chart it to Binance US. It's a bunch of bullshit. Here was a breakout trade that we drew in on cake. Hell, I don't know when. You break the pattern, you go short. Boom, boom, boom. Looked pretty good, played out good. Back above the 21-day moving average, though, for cake. That's good. If closes 22 hours, 18 minutes left in the day. Tell the people at the ballpark to shut up, Nefarious. That's all. Just tell them to shut the fuck up. I'm trying to listen. It's got a very big area, though. Very big area of resistance from $14. Damn, that's huge. Yeah, $15 up to around $17. And even looking left over here, it's got some over here. So it's going to be a lot. Anywhere from $14 to $19 is going to be a really tough fight for cake. I did get a nice inverse head and shoulders on the oscillator, so that's nice. Regular head and shoulders here on the daily chart. Boom. This play out quite nicely. So a lot of times they don't. So when you see that same pattern and it's like this, This is an inverse, and usually it's to the upside. I would pull up Discord. My shit's already so laggy. I'm afraid it's gonna blow up. The 3060 is not liking something. Let's look at it. I finally was able to wipe out all my messages. You guys should have seen. It's been freaking crazy. Look at that. Super sick. Oh man. That's gotta be the best pick in the world. We need to make that in an NFT. That is pretty sick. Hell yeah. Nice, Nefarious. Appreciate it, brother. That was pretty sick. So what else you guys holding? What else we looking at? That is a pretty badass picture. HNT, you know what? HNT, I haven't looked at that for quite a while. See what the heck's going on over there. I know we got quite a few people mining with the helium miners and bobcat miners, and I hear though that the Nebra are crappy. Anybody know from experience? Same with helium token. It's looking pretty shitty on the daily chart. We are bouncing between the 21 and the 50-day moving average. They did make the bearish crossover back on the 23rd of May. Bouncing off the 21-day right around $12.45 seems like the first start of support, down to $10.58. Good area of resistance starting at that 50-day moving average at $13.42 up to around $16.40. It's going to be a tough area to beat. The more we go like this and keep building this floor right here, it's at some point we're going to have to fight through all that, and it's going to take quite a bit. Let's go look at VeChain. Oh, let me look at this on the weekly real quick. You can see that helium tested the 21-week moving average and so far has bounced right off of it. This is a perfect effing scalp play. This is why I trade these moving averages, you guys. Look at how clean that one was. Came right down to it at $12.27 and so far has made the bounce. But we are heading right into resistance right now. I mean, right now we're fighting it from $13 up. So we'll see. No, but I have a Nebra outdoor with a 10 dBi antenna and due to ship hopefully soon. Hell yeah, Jeffrey. I'm hosting a couple, but they're relayed and I still haven't had time to port forward. But I mean, I've seen a mix. I don't want to say that I've heard that the Nebra suck. It was their shipping and how they let you know, I guess, maybe sucked. This is a sweet trade for helium, guys. This would have been a good time to buy for personal bag. VeChain. Ooh, got a nice little pattern going on here. Guess we could do that. Closed inside. And then we could possibly have to go something like this. That's not too bad. That's it. You could play that as a breakout trade. It has bounced off the 50-week moving average 2 times. Super good sign. It is below. I think we're going to test 11 cents, somewhere right around in there, Neff. Definitely going to bounce up to that 11 cents, and it does not have shit for resistance. That's a really small area of resistance, so I don't think, you know, maybe test that a couple times. It's going to break through and hold. If it can get back above 11 cents and close, the next area is going to be from 11 to 23 cents for their resistance. Yeah, Jeffrey, I don't think it'll suck, man. I think it'll be badass. You'll make out good. On VeChain, Nefarious? I wouldn't think we'd go lower than 0.05 on VeChain. Looking on a weekly, we flip back to the daily. Daily don't look so hot. We're going to be testing that 21 at 0.08. If it breaks out above the pattern, though, I would buy. I'll probably have Pionex up and have a bot ready for that. Let's look at Matic. Matic's been following quite the trend here lately as well. It's been doing a nice little channel here. And we're inside this channel. Normally, guys, I tell you not to trade these channels. We got the bearish break, or the crossover, 23rd of June. We are creeping. Momentum is creeping back up. So this is a good breakout point for Matic. It'll be testing that 21-day moving average right around $1.18. And it does have a decent area of resistance. We're going to draw a box in there. Get the box. Get the box. And that's a pretty good, if being nice about it, we'll go to the 50-day moving, or 50-day moving average, yeah. So from $1.20 to $1.48, that's going to be our area to beat for Matic. It definitely has the potential to do that. It's coming out with all new things and doing some big stuff, so I definitely think that this is a perfect breakout trade here. If we break above this pattern, you guys, on a daily time frame, take the buy. I'm telling you, try this out. You try the breakout method and see how easy and way less riskier just trying to trade just areas of support and resistance. This is going to give you a better dialed in entry and exit. Okay, so you enter on the breakout and you exit at the next level of support if it's significant enough. If it's a small area and it doesn't have a nice floor built into it, kind of like we have over here, normally I'll let those ride and let them fight and make their way up. But if it's a huge area, I'm looking for that first area, and if it's very significant, then I'm going to put my take profits up in that spot. Alright, y'all, I'm getting ready to jump off here. Is there anything else you guys want to look at or talk about real quick before we head out? And definitely, if you guys are interested in trading, get into the Patreon group. It's super cheap, and you guys are going to get all them sweet trading tools and all the cool stuff that we do. I promise you're not going to find another group where you only have to pay the $25 and you get all that stuff. I mean, I can't think of one place. Everywhere's like the hundreds, and some are even thousands. So take advantage of it, seriously. And use the links in the description. Firstrade, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is sign up, and you will get a free stock. Like, I got a free Boeing stock worth over $250. So link for that is in the description. Definitely use it. But if you guys don't have nothing, I hope y'all have a good rest of your Monday night. Be prepared for the week. If you have any questions, you want me to look at something specific, you can always DM me in the Discord. If I don't get back to you right away, I will get to you. I have so many scammers and so much other crap that gets sent to me that sometimes it's hard to cipher through and figure out who's real, who's not. But I will get to you, I promise. And I will look at whatever it is you're looking at. So you don't have to be a Patreon for that. Just jump in the Discord, join the Discord. Link for that's in the description as well. Join up, hit me up. Really kick ass if you guys start drawing on charts and drawing support and resistance and doing different things and putting patterns in and posting them so I can see them. And then we can talk about, you know, what you did right, what you did wrong, and if there's anything that you can work on. Super cool if you guys start posting charts. But I hope you all have a good night. Tune in. Rest of the week, we got all kinds of stuff going on. We got DeFi of Madness tomorrow night with me and Crypto Mikkel, so definitely don't want to miss that. And Friday night live streams, and then Saturday mornings, I do believe Mikkel, or that might be Thursdays, Mikkel and Helpful Crypto are doing their DeFi deep dive, so don't miss any of that. I'm actually going to play the thing here on the outro. You guys stay tuned for that. You'll see our whole channel lineup. But have a good night, y'all. I will see y'all later.